Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Subject to Change with myself, your host, Jordan McCabe. Today, we brought on Andre Ball, and the Ball family has been in the news and the media for God knows how long. So this is going to be an exciting episode to talk about Andre and the rest of his fam. Let's do it. Andre, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. You know, just waking up, really 12 o'clock, but
I was going to say.
I just finished school, so I got to sleep in today. So I was pretty excited about that.
So you took advantage of it. I like to hear it.
Yeah.
You're out in Cali, right?
Yeah, I'm out in Cali.
How is life out there right now with the whole pandemic stuff? I heard it's crazy.
Yeah, it's cases all the time. Like, they still debating whether or not if we're gonna go back on lockdown. Like, it's crazy out here. All the schools in my conference that aren't like kind of local, like they're already like back at school and stuff, and we still like trying to get back to school. So it's crazy out here for sure.
You can't even go to campus right now?
Nah.
So, okay, because I've heard about this whole thing with California being like, I know your governor came out and said something crazy about no concerts until like 2021.
Yeah.
They were thinking about suspending like sporting events. So where is that? Like, are your coaches talking? Because you're at Pepperdine right now, right?
Yeah.
So what are your coaches saying about season coming up?
Shoot, we don't even know yet. Like, we've seen a couple of the other conferences like starting like for just conference only, but we haven't really got like a say-so in our athletics department. But at the end of the day, like I got hurt. I'm still like rehabbing right now. I got hurt before season last year. So
Where'd you go?
I had hurt my knee
Okay.
like a week and a half before season started and had to get surgery. So yeah, I was out whole last year.
Was it ACL, meniscus, MCL?
I tore some cartilage off my kneecap. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Was it open gym or workout or whatever?
It was in practice, at the end of practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's great. What do you think about this whole like only conference schedule that could happen? What do you think? What's your feeling on that?
I feel like they're trying to find the best scenario for like everybody, but I feel like for the seniors that's going to go in, I feel like it's kind of like messed up for them because they kind of need all the games they can get, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is seniors for sure, but this is a resume, builder. Like anybody else who goes in, for a job, this is almost our like internship. We get 4 years.
Our platform to show.
Right. We get 4 years to build up a portfolio, a resume, in order to tell at the professional level, like, I'm worth X amount of dollars. So, I think shrinking the season is an injustice to any athlete. Now,
yeah,
I'm all for being safe. My big thing is if we shrink the conference or the schedule down to just conference games, you take away. How is that fair to, if we're not going to do it nationwide? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, especially like with the non-conference games. So those are some big games like before conference. Like, that's how people like a lot of TV games, a lot of like traveling and stuff. Like, it was big games in like December, November.
Yeah, that's the crazy. Do you guys have any big non-conference games scheduled this year that you know of?
Not that I know of, but last year we had a lot.
Yeah, because as a mid-major school, that's your time where you guys generally play the high major schools around your area or whatever. For us at WVU, even, we're trying to go out and find the best teams from the ACC, Pac-12, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We were supposed to play. Well, now it's not. We're supposed to. We are still going to. I'm holding out hope because we in that battle for Atlantis. We were in there with Duke, Arkansas, or Duke, Creighton, Arizona, all these teams, and it's just like. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything, but I feel like if you're traveling anywhere, whether it's a conference team or a non-conference team, if it's not a bubble scenario, you're at risk either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, if like with this whole going back to campus and stuff and playing, I was like, if they would have had a solution for all of this, they would have been already like implemented it.
Right.
Everybody's still going to be at risk, like you said, like wherever we go. So they just going to have to figure something out. I don't think all of this stuff is going to end until they make like a vaccine or something, but who knows when that's going to happen.
Yeah, look, I think you're 100% right. I think at this point, nobody knows anything. I
at all.
think, you know what I mean?
At
There's a
all.
lot of people running around, and credit to them, they got to make decisions and try to fix stuff. But like you said, until that vaccine comes out, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do or what it's going to look like. But there's a little bit of hope.
Yeah,
Did you watch the bubble games last night?
I did. I did.
That's going really well.
Yeah, it is.
Who do you think's winning that this year?
I think I'm gonna go with the Lakers. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. They just too tall. Like they're too tall.
Yeah, they're big across the board. They
Yeah,
really
all
are.
in every position.
So last night we were sitting down. Me and my boys from my team were watching the Clips Lakers game,
Yeah,
and it was early on in the first quarter. And Braun had two like ISOs at the top of the key. Now you're a Cali boy, so I'm assuming there's going to be some bias in the answer to this question. But I brought up the point. I said LeBron does not have a bag. He's the best player in the league, but LeBron does not have a bag. I don't like. Do you agree or disagree with that?
you talking about like his ISO bag? Oh,
Does he have an ISO bag, or is he just physically a specimen compared to everybody else?
I think if he really needed to get into a bag, he would. But I don't. I just feel like he don't use it in the game. Like he's just straightforward with it. Like you said, just strong.
Yeah, I mean he just goes through people. But I don't. And they were freaking out there like he's got a bag, he's got a bag. And I said if you looked at it from the big three with LeBron, Kobe, and MJ, he doesn't have a bag compared to those skill wise. I don't.
No,
I don't
not
think
compared to
so.
them. Not compared to them. Not at all compared to them.
Yeah, because you got KD and stuff. And now, like I said, LeBron is the best player. He's the best player in the league, I think, personally.
Yeah.
He's the most dominant, and you can make the argument for greatest of all time.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
right now, he's the best in the league. But I just watch him at the top of the key, and I'm like, I think KD up there.
I think I remember what you was talking about. The ball was getting all shaky. I remember what you were talking about. I know
going
exactly
through his
what you're
legs like 2-3 times.
Yeah, and the ball fell all out.
Yeah, he kind of dribbled it off his foot, and I think my teammate Emmett was like, if Paul George was guarding you, you dribble it off your damn foot too. And I'm like, all right, I'm just saying, I'm trying to bring up a point, but I had to ask somebody else, and it just works out that you're from Cali, so that makes sense. But no, all right, let's move on from the bubble. That's obviously something that I could see college basketball trying to learn from, and we're both going into another season of college basketball. But your last name, which generates probably the most, questions and, topic of discussion. Let's talk about you growing up with the Ball brothers, with, LaMelo, Lonzo, LiAngelo, all them guys.
Yeah.
First of all, before we get into it, explain to me, so LaVar's brother is your father. Okay. Yeah. I just had to make sure because LaVar's got a big family over there on that. Yeah. You guys got a big family in general, right?
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up as a Ball? Tell me about family reunions and Thanksgivings and stuff like that. Tell me about it.
It was funny. It was always funny. Like when we all get together, it was always just funny. Like everybody's talking smack. It's an NBA game is always on. There's always food. Like it was just always just good vibes. And then on the other end, we was always together like every day, just playing basketball. Like that's what it was. Like
you work out? Were you working out consistently with them? Like growing up, was that the thing?
Yeah, we used to all go over there on Sundays. Like the uncles and stuff, we used to all like do pull-ups on Sundays. Like it was just we all used to work out over there.
Yeah, at the original house, right?
At
Not
the original house. Yeah. Yeah, that house got a lot of memories.
Does it?
Yeah.
So you guys all live like kind of right around each other?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Like, we all live within like a good 10, 15 minutes away from each other. Like nothing too crazy.
Yeah, all right around that Chino. Were you born and raised in Chino Hills or that area?
I was born in Torrance. And then we moved out to Chino, but I still went to school in Carson until I was in 7th grade, and then I came out here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Growing up, was it always like, because you had the three brothers, who was like, when they were younger, like let's say, middle school age, was there a clear, like, who was the best Ball brother at the time when they were younger, or who they thought was going to be the best out of the three?
I mean, not that I was really paying attention to that, but like,
Yeah, but uncles are talking.
yeah. No, uncles, yeah. Uncle Bravo, he will always say that's LaVar. He will always say that Melo is going to be the best.
See, it's the youngest thing. Like I feel like that happens with a lot of like brothers. Like it's the youngest.
Yeah.
Like, watch out.
Yeah, that's what he would say. That's what I remember.
Yeah. So that's what I figured. I didn't think you were looking at it that way, but the uncles,
Yeah, it was for sure, probably.
Yeah, they were sipping or whatever, watching workouts and be like, "Oh, watch the little one. He's gonna be a dog. He's gonna be a dog." But yeah, that's crazy. So then you guys grow up and you all go to Chino Hills High School. What was that like, coming in? Was there a lot of – because high school basketball in California and every state, there's a lot of hype around it as is. But then bringing these three in along with you coming in with them, because is Lonzo the oldest, right?
Yeah.
So he goes in first. Is that when like, here we go, like Chino, like that's when the hype started, or was it before then?
I mean, that's when like we started getting more recognition. Like we went to a better league after his first year, and then like we went from like it was like the Sierra League or something like that. We went to Baseline League with like Etowanda, who else is in there? Damien, like all those teams like that were kind of better than like a lot better than our last league. So just like when he got there, it just kind of started like this whole motion that just put everything. The rest is history, basically.
Yeah. No, it definitely took off. You guys were. I feel like, is it fair to say you were Sierra Canyon before Sierra Canyon?
Like where they're at now, I guess you can say that. I guess you can say that.
But at the same time,
the only difference between that is that we all kind of like we didn't really get no transfers. Like we was kind of like from in that area, we all came up in the same area, and like we all went to school together, as you guys know.
Yeah, I was gonna catch myself because they do. I mean, they pulled Wade's kid from wherever. I think they're probably down in Miami. Bronny's kid, just with the move and all that. Yeah, but no doubt, I think that is the one difference. But you guys had high school basketball going crazy for years. I mean, because every year it was an introduction into another ball jersey. Whether it's LiAngelo next, and then you, and then Melo, and then because are you a year older than Melo or the same age?
I'm a year older.
You fall between him and LiAngelo?
Yeah.
What's your best memory from Chino Hills? Any game that you could pick?
Any game that I could pick.
You had to pick the best or non-game. I mean, if something stupid happened outside of the game, that is your best memory.
I'd say the craziest thing was when I was hurt. I had shoulder surgery, so it was when we was at USC watching Modern Day in Chino Hills when the whole USC was sold out. That was crazy.
You guys sold out USC?
Yeah, it was crazy.
What year was that?
That was after Zoe's senior year.
So he was gone. It was LiAngelo and LaMelo?
It was just Jello and Melo.
And they still sold out an entire college arena. That's what, 10,000 plus?
Yeah.
Gotta be. Man, I didn't know all about that. Did LaMelo go crazy that game? LiAngelo go crazy?
Yeah, I think we lost by like 3 or something. Yeah.
You're playing that prep school, modern days, bringing people in from across the country. For you guys to compete is so crazy to think about, that you guys competed and beat a lot of these teams that recruit across the country, and y'all were pretty much doing it as a family matter. I mean, for real. That's the craziest thing. That is the craziest thing.
It wasn't like beat by a little, it was by a lot.
Oh yeah, you guys swept a lot of these dudes, and it wasn't even competition. But so you guys end up killing. You go through Chino Hills. When did BBB surface? Because for a while BBB was like this brand and this thought created by LaVar and the family that blew up and gave everybody this idea that they could do something crazy with their name or brand. Do you remember like that stuff going on off the court or outside of it?
I think they started it around I think it's always been around. I just feel like it got more publicized after that after Jello's last year. So the year before Melo left. So that last year, I think that's when it kind of started to blow up. Because that's when Zoe had his shoe, Melo had his shoe, and like everybody was like going kind of crazy because he had his own like commercial and stuff.
Yep.
And so I think that's kind of when it really took off.
Did you think he was crazy when he started this brand? Because growing up, you think like, well, you can't, like, it was just like, you're not allowed to do that because we want to play college, but they obviously will get into it.
They had a plan, and it worked out for all of them at the end. So he had something. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Now this is family, and if it's too personal, it's too personal. But when you say they had a plan, was there talks and murmurs about like, hey, let's try a different route other than just doing this high school, college, NBA thing? Like there's overseas options. That was LaMelo talking about that, or because LaMelo's.
I didn't know anything about that. It's kind of, I was surprised as well. Like I was gonna support regardless, so it didn't really. And I know what they can do. So it's like I'm not really worried. It's just basketball for them. So it's just they can hoop. So I wasn't really worried about that aspect, and that's what they're there to do. So I was gonna support whatever decision they had.
Yeah, you say it's just basketball for them. Do they? Because you get a sense of the Ball in the Family shows and everything that they do. They're very like relaxed and like goofy almost. Are they goofy all the time?
Yeah, we all kind of like when we all get together. It's like I said, it's funny. It's funny as hell.
That's just kind of genetic, isn't it, between your family?
Yeah, like we all bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what makes the best Hoopers in my mind.
Yeah.
Like you guys all carry that same kind of personality trait of just being like, hey, this is serious and a lot of people are watching and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's still hoop. Probably dating back to when you guys were working out on the half court in the backyard in Chino Hills, I would assume, right?
Yeah. Now, those games used to get heated back there.
Would you guys play fives or could you play like just threes back there?
It was just threes, but there was some shit going on back there for real.
Was there ever some fights? There had to have been fights. There had to have been. Who fought the most?
On any given day, it would just be whoever was going at each other. Like if we seen like two people getting into it, we'll let them like low key go 1-on-1 like for the rest of the game and see who
throw the ISO and clear out.
Yeah, and then they start talking shit, and then next thing you know, like, and then it's just that's how it was every day.
Yeah,
it was so competitive. It was crazy.
Did LaVar, your dad, the uncles, did they facilitate that? Were they the ones kind of pushing that, throwing you guys kind of just at each other all the time?
Yeah, they would they would always like instigate all the time. All the time.
No, not LaVar. He doesn't instigate. Come on, man.
Oh my God. See.
Did he ever play back there? Would he ever be like, all right, check up?
No, not that I remember. I remember that he'd always say that he could beat Zoe.
He'd always say he could beat Zoe?
Yeah, 1-on-1.
If LaVar and Lonzo played 1-on-1 to 21 right now, what's final score?
Zoe's gonna win 21, probably to like 5 or 3.
You're giving him 5.
I give him a little something, but I don't know. But it depends on who gets ball.
Discount. That's a family discount of 5 points. I don't know. That's okay. All right, I get that. What about your pops? Was he a hooper?
Yeah, they all hooped. All the brothers.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Who was the best hooper out of all the uncles?
I don't really know.
I'm about to get you in trouble, man. Let me hear.
I don't know, but I just know that my dad jumped the highest.
He jumped the highest?
Yeah.
Did he ever dunk on LaVar?
Nah, not that I asked, but he always just say like when I would be out with him, like when I see some of like people he used to hoop with and stuff, they go like, man, you got some hops, but you can't jump like your dad. And I'm like, it's like, what's up with that? Like, I see myself as an athlete. Like,
you have, I mean, crazy rise. So if you're
and they was like, you can jump like your dad. I was like, what?
My dad couldn't jump at all, so I don't see me. I don't have to put up with that kind of thing. I can't jump, he can't jump. But that's crazy that you get that comparison. And if he could jump higher than you, we might have to pull out some of the old clips or something. I need to see some of this.
Man,
Need to see some of this. So talk about Pepperdine. How's it going there?
Going in, it was a learning experience. You know, like I said, I feel like everybody goes through that little patch like where you gotta learn before you do. So like my freshman year, that's what it was about. And in sophomore year, I kind of got like more structure and like knowing how things work when you get to college. So
Right.
I was more prepared, and then I got hurt. So that just kind of sucked. So yeah, that was just. But like the coaching staff, like super supportive. Like Coach Rowe, like that's the reason like I kind of went there because like he used to be at Arizona, and I just know like he's a great dude. Like he cares about you on and off the court, and that just kind of really pulled me in and decided to like commit there instead of keep playing in the spring when I was a senior because I didn't want to like risk getting hurt or nothing like that. So
Right.
his like charisma caught my eye. Yeah, for sure.
No, that's good. That's good. And Pepperdine's in a beautiful spot, isn't it?
Yeah, Malibu's a nice view.
Yeah, Malibu's not bad. You ever been to Morgantown? Morgantown's really nice too.
Nah, I've never been.
It's not like Malibu, but it's nice in other ways. If you're ever out this way, you hit me up and I'll show you around Morgantown. All right.
Yeah.
Not the same if I'm out in Malibu. All right.
For sure.
Good. So you're going in. What do you expect from you guys in this upcoming year? Going into your wait, you redshirted last year, so you're going into
last year.
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year.
What are you expecting, personally and as a team at Pepperdine next year?
Personally, I expect a lot. Like it's a big year for all of us. Like, cause the past 2 years, like it was like everything was new. Like for like new player, a lot of new players, new coaching staff. So everybody, I feel like now we kind of got that. Everybody knows each other's tendencies on the team, and it's just better for all of us. Like we know the system, like we know how to run things. Like it's just going to be a better feeling to be out there with the team again.
Yeah, no, that's a huge adjustment. Coming off a year where you're sitting out, or just any time at all.
Yeah,
I liked what you said about there's an adjustment for everybody that they go through, whether they're one and done or a 4-year guy.
Yeah.
I think society seems to forget that. They're like,
yeah,
they expect there's only so many jobs up there, so you gotta really. What was the biggest adjustment for you, at the college level, like when you first got in there?
I would say it was probably just like shot selection, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of had to, because like at Chino, like we didn't really have like we were kind of like run and gun, So, but in college,
yeah, you guys didn't run offense.
They'd be sitting, so like you really gotta pay attention and stuff like that. It's not just more so like erratic. You gotta know, like know personnel, watching film, getting in with the coaches, like talking with the coaches about defensive like things, pointing things out. And I just kind of had to learn the ropes from then because, I didn't really, because in high school, I got hurt when I was a sophomore and I was a junior. So I didn't play that much when they were there.
Yeah.
So, and then my senior year, I finally got to play because I wasn't hurt. And then we won state, CIF, and then I went to Pepperdine. And then so basically all of this, I'm just like winging it at this point.
Yeah.
So when I get up there, they just kind of had to reboot me. And then I just had to like take that seat back and then like just kind of like reevaluate myself and, just time to put in more work. And then, but now I feel like I'm good now though. To where
yeah. No doubt. It's a process for everybody. And, for you going to Chino Hills, like you said, there's not really a structured offense. This isn't college where every possession counts. You can get away with doing a lot more. And trust me, I feel you on that. I mean, I went to polar opposites. I went from high school where it was green light, get up 30 shots a game, win by 30 and get up out of there. And now it's like, well, we're playing Kansas. So if you shoot something I don't like, you might not play for 3-4 nights. You know what I mean? So it's an adjustment. But that you said that senior year at Chino, you won a state championship your senior year, right?
Yeah.
Who was all with you in terms of your cousins? Was LaMelo still there at that time?
That's when he left. And it was just me. And
okay, what was it like? What was it like post like ball era at Chino?
I feel like everybody they were just like had us doubted. You know,
Right.
it was like nobody's there. Like they're not going to do anything this year. Like, and they just kind of like threw us to the curb basically. And then we started off rough though. I ain't gonna lie. And then like we had this our like fourth coach in 4 years, so it's like it's a lot going on. And then so we started off like 4-6, but then we ended up like 27 or 28-11. So we picked it up and we turned it around. Like I feel like we finally got the gist of things and how like how to make things work between us, like with all my teammates.
Right.
So yeah, that was we just had to adjust with each other.
Yeah, it was more. I mean, probably when you don't have, you know, whether it's you, Melo, Jello, or you and Melo, or whatever, you know, a lot of times at that level, people can sit back and rely, you know, around you guys on like, hey, if I don't have a good night, it's cool. They'll pick up the slack anyways. They can, you know, any of you guys are able to go get 35, 40 plus, you know, a night. But was it not like, what did it feel? I'm not asking like, did it feel good, but you know, having more of the reins and having more, you know, say so, and people kind of looking at you as the leader of that championship team. Did that teach you a lot going into college?
Yeah, I wouldn't say like I was more so the leader. I feel like we kind of came together as a unit and we knew what each other was good at. So it was like, it just worked out perfectly in the end. Like everything was just clicking. Like, O was doing his thing. Like my other teammate, Ofred, Jaren, like we just all kind of came together and just like, yo, like what kind of took off for us is when we decided to start playing like better defense. Like that was kind of our focal point.
Yeah.
And that it was just kind of like offense just came easy after that. So, but yeah, it did feel good. It did feel good that year to win.
No, that's good. I mean, in terms of high school careers, you've had one of the wildest stories in terms of injuries, ups and downs, medias, you know, to finishing with a state championship without, you know, the attention that you probably deserved. I mean, winning a CIF is no joke at all. So, but now I got something, you know, coming through the radio waves right now that seems to be an untalked about little segment here. Was there a chance that Sharif and Zion were gonna make an appearance in a Chino Hills jersey at one point, or is that all fake?
I don't know, but I did hear that. I did hear that at some point. I do remember that.
Would you guys have lost a single game with you, Melo, Reef, Zion, and take your pick, whoever you're throwing in the fourth spot? Would you have lost a game?
No.
Absolutely not. Thank you for saying the right answer. Now that, my friends, would have been stupid. You guys would have had to play at USC every night, and you'd sell it out and probably end up at the Staples Center.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of dunks.
That would have been a lot. That has just been just overboard with everything, but would have been absolutely nuts to see. I just didn't know if that was true or not. I was told.
I did hear that. Yeah, I did hear that.
I was told to do a little investigating on that end. All right, man. So, hey, last thing that, you know, I wanted to touch on, you know, you have obviously worked to get where you are, and you're continuing to, you know, develop yourself and your game, as am I. We're in very similar positions at two different spots, but, you know, we're watching guys that we grew up with, you literally growing up with, you know, LaMelo. He's headed to the league next year.
Yeah.
You know, is there a spot that you'd like to see him land in terms of system and setup?
He's good wherever he goes.
Think so? He's just integral, like he can be dropped into whatever system and just take off?
Yeah.
What's the best part about LaMelo's game in your mind? Is it vision? Because when I watch him, I'm like, dude, at 6'8", you're always going to be, or 6'6", you're always a threat to score. But his ability to find people,
yeah, I say his creativity is crazy.
It's probably because he's so damn goofy. That's why the creativity comes out. Never. Have you seen the overtime challenge with him and like Larry?
Yeah, I did see that.
I think he hit Larry over the head with a bat or something. Bro.
He did.
He's goofy, and it comes out in his game. And that's honestly one of my favorite parts about watching LaMelo. You know, I'm a competitor, and want to end up playing against him, and so do you. But I mean, you can give respect where it's due.
Yeah.
You think there's a chance he ends up in New York on the Knicks?
Shoot, I don't know.
I think
it's in the air right now.
Top 3 pick, huh?
Yeah, for sure, top 3.
And that's where you think
he gonna go number 1.
You think he's gonna go number 1? Yeah, I don't know if you can make a case for him not to go number 1. No, like you said, no matter what system it is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, shoot, he could end up, playing PG for the Warriors. That would be a stupid lineup. That'd be insane. So many weapons. I don't want to talk about it. They've won too much anyway. I love Steph, but whatever. It'd be cool to see him land in New York and revitalize that city. It'd be cool to, land out on the West Coast by family and all that stuff. But, we'll see. We'll see, man. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with another episode of Subject to Change, and we're wrapping up the episode with my man, Andre Ball. Andre, appreciate you coming on today, but before you go, we're going to have you play a little game called Ball Don't Lie. All right? So for today's game, I'm going to make a statement, and you got to tell me who in the Ball family, whether it's you, Jello, Melo, Lonzo, LaVar, any of your pops, your uncles, anybody, you got to pick, who fits that statement the best. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Number 1, who talks the most trash on court?
Melo.
Okay. Number 2, who's shooting your technical free throws if you had to all play in a game as a family?
Jello.
Is Jello the best shooter in the family, in your opinion? He's got a strap.
Yeah.
He's got a strap. Number 3, who is wearing the wrong uniform to the game?
Shoot, probably me.
Probably you? Okay, I got you. Who's shooting their shot in anybody's DMs? Who's the most confident when it comes to Instagram?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they kind of just it's just them. So it's just like whatever comes. I don't feel like any of us really be trying to be like.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't throw anybody under the bus, but I understand. I mean, I got you. We don't even need to talk about all that. Number 6, who cried the most as a kid? Like not literally cried, but maybe.
I wouldn't say we cried a lot. I'd say we probably got into a lot of arguments.
Who argued the most? Who was always the one starting them?
Probably Melo.
It's always the youngest, man. You got to watch out for him. All right. Who's the most serious out of the Ball family?
Zoe
is?
I say, it depends. Like on court, Zoe.
Yeah. Who's the one who, like, if you ask them after a game, is going to exaggerate their stat line? Maybe add a couple points, rebounds, or assists?
Nah, none of us.
None of you? All right, give it to you straight. Who's the biggest troll on the internet?
Shoot. I don't know. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one?
That's a tough one.
Y'all got a little bit of that in you for sure.
Yeah. I think we get it from the older ones.
Yeah, it's generational. It's genetic. Yeah. I feel you on that. Okay. Who's got it in them to dye their hair like Rodman? Who's the most like Rodman? Or would anybody?
Nah. Rodman was out of he was doing some things. I don't think any of us would do something like that.
If LaVar still had his hair, you don't think he might? I'm just saying. Saying. No? Okay. All right. Here we go. Last one. Who gets dunked on the most in that backyard pickup in Chino? Who tries everybody?
Who gets dunked on the most? Well, Melo couldn't dunk when we was playing back there, so.
Did he try people though? I feel like he still tried people.
Nah.
No, he did it. Yeah.
I would say the ones who could dunk, they tried people like me, Jello, Zoe, like Eli. We all tried people back there. It would get.
So everybody was getting dunked on or dunking on somebody in Chino.
Yeah,
huh?
it was vice versa a lot back there. And if it was pretty bad, we'd shut the game down.
I figure otherwise fights start breaking out like we talked about earlier, man. Like I said, we talked about a lot. We talked about who's fighting in backyards in Chino. We talked about Dre's life at Pepperdine and a whole bunch more. So don't be a dummy and just listen to the game. Go back and listen to the whole conversation. But that is it for Ball Don't Lie and this entire podcast episode. Stay tuned for more episodes. Dre, appreciate you jumping on with me, my man.
Yep.
All right, good luck, brother.
All right now.
Rio, como agua en el rio. Yeah, get icy. Go click the link in the bio ASAP. Check out these videos and subscribe ASAP.